Welcome to the Spicy 100. 100 fiendishly difficult GCSE Maths questions.
These 100 questions are designed to be more difficult than your standard GCSE Maths question. The content fits with all of the exam boards, so no matter what you're doing, this will provide good practice to try and extend yourself and push towards a grade 9 in those final GCSE exams. The best way for it to work is for you to pause the video once you've read the question, set yourself a timer. So each question will have a recommended time. Once you've had a go and you feel like you've tried everything you can, I will go through the video for you. There are 100 questions in total, so see how many of them you can do. So this question is a non-calculator question and the recommended time is 6 minutes. So if you want to pause the video now, have a read, set yourself a timer, and have a go. Question 1 of the Spicy 100. See how you fare with this one. So this is a simultaneous equations question, but we also need to be confident with indices. Looking at this question immediately, I notice something about these numbers. 4, 2, 64, and 8. They are all powers of 2. Now often the technique with a question like this will be to express all the numbers in the same base. Also, we've got square roots and we've got cube roots, so it's good to know the index version of these. So the square root is the power of a half. Because it's simultaneous equations, I'm actually going to number each one. And I'm going to deal with the top one first. So if we deal with 1, 4 can be expressed as 2 squared. So I'm going to replace the 4 with 2 squared. So it would be all of that to the power of a. And then we've got 2 to the power of b, which is the square root of all of that. And that's the same as the power of a half. 64 is 2 to the power of 6. So let's apply our rules of indices here. We've got 2 to the power of 2 to the power of a, so we multiply the indices together. And then we've got similar rule, so we multiply half and the b, so we get half b equals 2 to the power of 6. So that means that we've got multiplication, all with the same base, so we can add the powers here. So plus half b equals 2 to the power of 6. And then that means 2 to the power of this is 2 to the power of 6. So that simply means that 2a plus half b is equal to 6. You might be thinking, okay, maybe I don't want fractions, so we could say that 4a plus b is equal to 12. So we've created an equation using the indices. Let's deal with equation 2. So if we deal with the bottom equation, we can see that we've got 8, which is 2 cubed. So that's 2 cubed to the power of b, divided by 2 to the power of a. And that's going to be equal to 4, which is 2 squared, multiplied by the cube root of 2 to the power of a. So that's 2 to the power of a to the power of a third. If we then use our rules of indices, so 2 to the power of 3 to the power of b is 2 to the power of 3b, and divided by 2 to the power of a, so what we're going to get is 2 to the power of 3b subtract a. Here we've got 2 to the power of a to the power of a third, which is 2 to the power of a third a. So if we then would add the powers, so we're going to get 2 to the power of 2 plus 1 third a. And thus we can make this little equation 3b minus a is equal to 2 plus a third a. Now you might want to just times everything by 3 and rearrange it, so we get 9b minus 3a equals 6 plus a, and then decide which way you want to bring it all over. So I'm going to get 4a minus 9b is equal to negative 6. So what we've done is we've created two equations using our rules of indices. So now we just need to solve these two simultaneous equations. I think the trickiest part is actually creating these equations. So let's write these one above the other. So we've got 4a plus b is equal to 12. And we've got 4a subtract 9b is equal to negative 6. I'm just going to call this one 3 and this one 4 We used 1 or 2 already. Because we've got the same amount of a's, if we subtract one from the other, they'll cancel out. So effectively, if we did equation 3, subtract equation 4, so that's what we're going to do. So the a's will cancel. B subtract 9b, so that's b plus 9b will be 10b. And we've got 12 subtract negative 6, that'd be plus 6, we get 18. So that means that b comes out nicely, 18 over 10, or 9 over 5, or 1.8 if you prefer decimals. So remember, this is a non-calculator, so we need to be able to manipulate it with our brains. Next, we're going to sub it in. So equation 3 looks like the more simple one. So that means that 4a plus 1.8, we'll go with the decimal, is equal to 12. So that means that 4a will be 12 minus 1.8, which is 10.2. And that means that a will be 10.2 divided by 4. So if you divided it by 2, you'd get 5.1. If you divide it again by 2, you get 2.55. So I'm actually just going to write these up here to make them clear. So you should have got, and give yourself a big pat on the back, if you got A is 2.55 and B is equal to 1.8. So that's question 1 of the Spicy 100. Hope you enjoyed it. If you feel ready to move on, go and have a go at question